If I were to try to go from 0 to 100,000 Instagram followers, this is exactly what I would do. Hey guys, my name is Rachel Pedersen. I'm a social media strategist. I am at the Mrs. Pedersen on Instagram. At the time of filming this, I have, like 113,000 followers on Instagram. But more importantly, I actually like Instagram, something I thought I never would say. So many people say it's impossible to grow on Instagram these days. I'm sure you've heard that. Now it's very difficult to grow. Organic reach is dead. And I'm here to happily share with you that is completely false. And I know what you might be thinking, but Rachel, you have over 100,000 followers. It must be super easy to get engagement and growth, etc. Oh my gosh. If you check back quite a while ago, I shared the story of how I hired a growth hacker that basically helped me to secure a ton of fake followers and create overinflated stats on my Instagram. So several months ago, my Instagram was totally dead. Today, I'm super happy to share that we have grown by 15,000 plus in the last month. It is not too late to grow. It's not too late to start getting life on a dead Instagram. No matter what your experience has been like on Instagram, you can grow starting here now today. Go ahead and comment below and let me know, what is your Instagram handle? Oh, and be sure to follow me on Instagram. Send me a message if you've watched this video and let me know how this journey goes for you. Now, this is super important. A lot of times people think like they should start over on their Instagram. They think, oh, well, my Instagram hasn't worked up until this point. Should I just, scrap it and start over? The answer is no. There is something to be said about the trust factor. There's actually a behind the scenes trust score. And the longer your account has been around, the longer you've been around without being a total spammer and scammer, the higher that trust score is going to be. So do not start over. Do not scrap your account. If I can get my account back to life, I guarantee you can. Now, if I were going from 0 to 100,000, one of the things that I would want to do would be to research people who are growing on Instagram with huge followings. But I'm going to share with you some of the practices that they follow that you do not want to copy, because just because it works for them doesn't mean it's going to work for you. And not only that, as you're growing from 0 to 100,000, they could actually be detrimental to your growth. Okay? Pinky promise? Okay, awesome. Let's dive on in. Number 1, do not copy their giveaways, loops, etc. While that may work for big accounts, it's not going to work as well for small accounts, because honestly, it's just going to slow down your growth, affect your engagement rates. Don't bother with giveaways and loops when you are growing from 0 to 100,000. Number 2, do not copy when you see someone trying to be well liked, aka being well liked is a sign that you're holding back, playing it safe, not saying exactly how you feel or getting that message out there that's really going to impact people and make people want to share it. Number 3, do not copy the attempts to post perfection. I am so glad we're over perfection and photoshopped and too many photo shoots and all of that. You do not need to try to look like your whole life is together in order to grow on Instagram. And number 4, do not copy paid shout outs. They are so 2019. It's not even funny. AKA, they don't really work. But let's dive on into what you should do if you want to grow from 0 to 100,000, AKA this is what I would do if I were going from 0 to 100,000 here now today. Number 1, don't make your content about you. I know that seems kind of weird and obvious, but it's not. The thing is, people really don't care about how awesome you are and how great your life is and how wonderful your products are until they know that you thoroughly understand them, care about them, invest into them consistently and frequently. So I have this really strong belief that by pulling back and to honestly flip things up in this world that is so self-consumed, but instead to make your content about the people that you want to serve, make it relatable to them, show that you understand who they are and what their journey looks like. Some powerful and magical things happen, including growth. Number 2, ask for comments, ask for questions. I talk about this a lot. I ask people, what questions do you have? I ask people, what did I leave off of this list that you would add? Is there anything that you have experienced? I love to ask questions and actually intentionally ask for comments, like leave an emoji below if you agree, because it sets people up to win. It sets people up to be a part of the conversation. I know that there are so many people who are seeing content on Instagram, TikTok, YouTube, etc. They are literally sitting back, not engaging in the conversation because they're nervous. They don't want to say the wrong thing. So when you invite people to be a part of the conversation, you invite them to get that win, to share something without criticism, beautiful and magical things happen. It's like sitting at the cool kids table and seeing someone sitting by themselves and saying, hey, come on over, we've got an extra seat. There's something so beautiful about inviting people to be a part of the conversation and a part of the entire experience that is very difficult to explain, but just try it and watch what magic happens. Number 3, vary up your types of content. As I shared earlier, the perfect photoshopped photo shoot style content may work once in a while, but the more powerful thing is to create content that is easily shareable. I personally like to do that with reels and quotes. Those are 2 things that perform very, very well on Instagram because people don't feel as weird about sharing those on their stories or sending them to their best friend or their boyfriend or their husband as they do about sending a picture of you in a bikini or putting that on their Instagram story. They're far more likely to share something that doesn't feel so awkward or out of place on their Instagram stories. Number 4, now this is big. If you do not want to ramp things up, if you are not serious about going from 0 to 100,000, you may want to put your fingers in your ears and go la 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 la, because what I'm about to share is not what you want to hear. This is about serious growth. If you are serious about growth, here's what I recommend, and that is posting more content. Yes, that's right. 1 to 5 per day. We've worked with clients where we've shared as many as 10 or 20 posts on each platform per day. We've even had clients where we shared 30 posts in a given day. And you know what? It crushed it. We 10x their revenue, and I wouldn't change it for the world. Now, as hard as it is to think about the concept of posting more content per day, one of the crazy things that happens when you increase your content production, specifically posts, reels, quotes, photos, etc., is every single one is going to attract more followers, more reach, more growth. Now, a lot of people get scared about increasing the frequency of posting because they're like, well, every time I post, I lose some followers. Yes, of course, at first. You'll post, you'll lose a couple followers, and then that post will perform for several days, bringing in more followers, bringing in more raving fans. There's some real power that happens magically behind the scenes. But not just that, I highly recommend increasing specifically the number of reels that you do on Instagram. Now, reels is a new feature because Instagram is really proud of this feature, and this feature single-handedly holds the ability to compete with YouTube and or TikTok. Instagram's pushing out reels. I highly recommend that several of the pieces of content that you create per day are specifically reels. Now, this is where people get kind of frustrated. People get frustrated because they say, but Rachel, I want my feed to be beautiful. And my question is, do you want your feed to be beautiful, or do you want your Instagram to actually get you results? I know, I'm sorry, I should have given you a tough love warning, but the truth is, the reels interrupting your feed and being a part of your feed, they perform and have a crazy long shelf life of weeks and or months. I have yet to see if they last for years, just like TikToks, but I have several reels with hundreds of thousands of likes. That's insane. It's unmatched. So make sure that a lot of your content, as much as you can, is Instagram reels. And to be honest with you, at the time of recording this, sometimes I hit my limit for content creation. I straight up just take my TikTok videos that are sub 30 seconds and I just throw them up on Reels with 30 hashtags and a cool caption that asks for feedback. Crazy, right? but it works. I lost what number we're on, so we are on Outbound Engagement. I personally like to follow this strategy from Gary Vaynerchuk, which is called the $80 strategy. People always have this huge resistance towards this, but I will say there's one way that you can handle it a little differently if you'd like to. I personally like to follow the $80 strategy, which is you pick 10 hashtags, you pick the 9 top photos for each of those 10 hashtags, and you leave your 2 cents. Now, if you look at those posts and you're like, ugh, all of these are super old, okay, then do it with the newest ones. Or even more powerful, go through your following feed and go ahead and just comment, leave your 2 cents on at least 90 pieces of content. Now, I personally use a software. If you guys want to learn more about it, comment below and let me know. Comment below $80. I have a software that I use that makes it a lot easier to track. It helps by gamification. I love gamification of processes. So comment $80 below if you'd like to learn more about exactly what that looks like. And I also have to share this. This one always upsets people because they're like, there's no way, I don't have enough interesting things going on in my life or my business. Yes, you do. This one always makes people upset, but one of the fastest ways to dominate the conversation is through content domination. How do you do that? Make sure that every time someone opens the Instagram platform, that you show up first. Now, I know you're asking, once again, Rachel, how do I do that? It is not by creating more posts, though that is an important part of strategy for growing from 0 to 100,000 plus, but rather creating more Instagram stories. Every single time that you create an Instagram story, your profile picture, your handle, your ability to watch the stories and allow you to dominate the conversation goes up to the top of everyone's Instagram feeds. So by creating 1 to 10 stories, I like to do like 10 in a day, it keeps bumping you back up to the top, which brings people back into your sphere. It brings them back to your profile. It makes them want to share. One really good rule of thumb is every time that you share a new post, go ahead and create a story or 2. Get people back to being engaged. That's a powerful way to constantly bring eyeballs back to your feed so that your content is more likely to be engaged with, so it's more likely to reach more people and be shared more, and so that you can grow your followers. I want to hear from you. Comment below and let me know which of these strategies are you going to implement, and feel free to comment your Instagram handle below in the comments beneath this video. If you've enjoyed this video, subscribe to my channel. Oh, and by the way, I have 300 plus free ideas for Instagram Reels and or TikToks. You can check that out in the bio beneath this video. I will catch you guys later. Bye for now. Cross your fingers. You won't do it. Oops, that's not the right thing. Let's try that. Number 2. I can't remember where I am. Did you eat dinner? No. No? Are you hungry? No. Not yet? I'm on a live stream. Oh. You can say hi if you want. Hi, everybody. All right. Love you.